down with me. You down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping around the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Are the Odds podcast. It's your host JMX, my co-host Ryan, and yeah, it's been a minute, man. We got a lot to get into today. Week 11 is here, and yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff to go over. But before we jump right into it, Ryan, man, how you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. I can't lie. My Lakers on a 5 game win streak. We just beat some team in San Antonio. Steelers playing the Ravens as well. So I'm hyped. I'm ready for this game to start. But anyway, how about yourself? How you doing?
First off, don't ever disrespect my squad like that. We not gonna do that. Y'all beat us by 5 points. Congratulations. But I want to give a shout out to my boy Wimby. My boy dropped 50. I think it's the quickest 50-point game in NBA history. He got 50 in 25 minutes. So shout out to him. But yeah, man, you don't do that to my squad. Y'all barely beat us. Y'all lucky we still a young team. Got players on my team like Zach Collins still somehow in the league. But I mean, yeah, other than that, I've been good. I've been really good, really excited to see what's going on. Especially this week. I'm liking my team's matchup this week. But yeah, let's go straight into the Thursday game. That game was very interesting. The Commanders, wherever they're located, Washington, Landover, wherever the hell, traveled to Philly, traveled to Philly to take on the Eagles in a divisional matchup. Washington came into the game 7-3. Eagles came in 7-2. Basically, whoever won this game will be first in the division. Um, Eagles took care of business, 26-18. Um, my main takeaway from the game was everybody kind of overreacted to Jaden Daniels a bit, especially some of my friends who are Commander, who I'll say one of my friends particularly who's a Commanders fan, is out on Jaden Daniels, which I think is insane. But yeah, I mean he had a bad game. I wouldn't even say a bad game. He didn't play too well. You could just the rookie woes kind of became apparent, and the Eagles took care of business. My other takeaway from this one is just Saquon Barkley, man. Shout out to him. I mean, this dude might win Offensive Player of the Year, him or Derrick Henry. And the crazy thing is, bro, they were both free agents. They were both free agents for the whole league to go sign, and it's just insane to me. But yeah, those are just my main two takeaways from this game. Eagles took care of business. I didn't like what I saw from Jaden Daniels, but I mean, he's a rookie playing one of the best defenses in the league. You saw how he's played the last 2 weeks. Hasn't looked as good, but I mean, that's what you expect from a rookie quarterback playing two of the top five defenses in the league. So, but yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway was that these on the Eagles defense, these first round picks starting to look like first round picks. Like with Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, Kobe Dean, um, and
Quinion
then
Mitchell.
yeah, as we said, and then him they drafted him this year. Cooper DeJean, he stepped up a little bit as well. Uh, the whole defense really just is very very solid. The last like month they've just been absolutely balling.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, and then in that fourth quarter, Saquon just turned it on. It was a 10 to 12 game,
yeah,
something like that. And then in the fourth quarter, Jalen Hurts scored a touchdown, made it 10-12, and then 10-19, and then 10-26. And after that, it was that touchdown at the end of the game was a garbage time touchdown. It was really 26-10, but
yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, shout out to the Eagles. They played great, especially a rookie quarterback on the road on a short week against a division rival. It's like, especially Hurt too. Like you can still kind of tell he's a little bit banged up, but
hmm
yeah, that's really it.
Yeah. Um, I do want to talk about the Eagles defense just a little bit more. Shout out to Zach Bond. Shout out to Kobe Dean, Reed Blankenship. You brought up Cooper DeJean. He's playing like one of the better slot corners in the league for sure, for sure. But shout out to Reed Blankenship. I mean, just continuing to find ways to make plays. Zach Bond, I mean, what a pickup he's been. And I feel like he's not getting enough credit around the league. He's been one of the best inside linebackers in the entire league this year. But that defense, Vic Fangio, he's got them playing out of their minds. People have forgot about Darius Slade. CJ Gardner Johnson hasn't had the best season at the safety position, but I mean, he still makes plays here and there. But I mean, I'm really interested to see how they are moving forward. Me and you kind of talked about it after the game. I don't know, man. Jalen Hurts, like I'm not look, I think Jalen Hurts is still a top 10 quarterback in this league. I think there has been in my opinion, I think there has been a significant drop off in just in terms of like what he was as a passer. I won't even just necessarily say a drop off. I just haven't seen any improvements for him as a passer. I think in terms of he's still playing at a really high level. It's just that 2 years ago when he went to the Super Bowl, he thought he was going to get better every year, and I'm just not seeing it. And I'm not talking about in this game just specifically, just of how this season has gone. I'm just bringing this up because there's a lot of plays yesterday. I was yelling at the TV for Jalen Hurts to literally hit the dude wide open in front of him, and instead he's taking sacks. But I mean, overall, I just want to say Jalen Hurts is playing too well. But he's still playing well. But I just want to hear your thoughts on this, Ryan, because me and you kind of went back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, again, I agree with you with 2 years ago with the Super Bowl. Like you kind of expected to see a little bit more of a development from him. But also, I mean, last year, in my opinion, you could tell he was hurt. He wasn't able to move the same way. And then this year, it's like I do agree. Like some of the passes where it's like, dude, just take the easy check down route and just keep him moving. But probably the worst pass was that pass to AJ Brown on the sideline. That was
Yeah.
completely short. Granted, I know you saw that interview after where you could tell he was completely still concussed.
Yeah.
Like he went to the blue tent at halftime or like right before halftime, and they just let him go. And it's like that man was talking about, man, you a DMV guy, huh? And he was like, Scott Van Pelt just started going and going and going, and then he was like, man, I was just asking. I love me DC or some shit. It's like, first of all, it's in Landover, Maryland, and it's not DC. But he was like, man, I love me some DC, and you could just tell he was still out of it. It was, yeah. I mean, it's not funny that he was concussed, but like I do think that had something to do with some of the mispasses and poor decision making in this game, which also kind of puts in perspective. They were doing the tush push, 1 yard touchdown, fourth quarter, 12 minutes left. Man, they were just pushing that man's brain straight into the defender too. Like like you could tell he was concussed, and it was like, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree with you partially over the development of passing. I do think he's developed more as a deep ball guy,
Yeah.
but sometimes his decision making is a little bit questionable, especially with the talent that he has around him. But I don't know. I mean, I still like him. He's still one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really take away from the play. He can be my favorite all he wants. But I'd still say he's top 10 for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. No,
And,
for sure,
and
for sure,
again,
for sure.
again, I think personally he should be in the MVP conversation. Not like he's not gonna win it, but like I think he's playing pretty well. Like I sent you those stats from week 4 on. He had 9 touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns, 4 turnovers. His team is 6-7 in the last 7 games. QBR average around 60 in the last 7 games. It's like it's not great, but also I mean he's winning. His team is winning, and he's also not playing awful ball. I think this was the worst game he had played in those 7 games personally.
Yeah, I think this year he's got 11, so he has in total was at 23 total touchdowns and 5 interceptions, right?
It's, it's something like that. And again,
Yeah.
like you do kind of have to take those tush push touchdowns with a grain of salt a little bit, but
Yeah, but I will say because he could throw those too, or they give it to Saquon. But yeah, you're right. But hey, look, stats are stats. I'm just saying for him. He's having a really good season. I still think he is. It's just those plays that kind of concern me because come playoff time, you're gonna have to start making those plays. But look, we've seen this guy take them to the Super Bowl. We've seen him be good enough to do that. So I'm not gonna doubt and say come playoff time, I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he will. I just think it's something to kind of look forward to because you watch the Eagles game, you can kind of tell this offense just something isn't right. It's just something. I don't know if it's a chemistry issue. I don't know what exactly it is, but something has just not been right. Kind of in like the bigger games this season. It just I don't know. Like it just hasn't been clicking. Like I know they had the big game against Dallas, but if majority of that game it was kind of close. Like they took off, I think what fourth quarter. They took off
what
something, but
what for this
I'm talking
game?
about I'm talking about the Eagles Cowboys game.
What do you mean they took off?
Like I'm saying, like yeah, like at halftime, wasn't it like or what wasn't at one point in the game? It was like 10-6.
It was 7-6 all the way up until about halftime. Yeah, you're right. And then they scored a little
Yeah,
a little touchdown, 14-6, third quarter. They went
yeah,
21
yeah. And then they came out and
28.
saying, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know. Like it's been times throughout the season too where I felt like their offense should have just some of the games I think they should have exploded and they haven't. But I mean, I think it is what it is. I'm really interested to see how they this last like the last stretch of the season. They got the Rams. They got really two road games next at Rams at the Ravens. I really want to see what they do in those games because I mean the Rams ain't gonna give you nothing easy, especially in LA. And then you got the Ravens in Baltimore. So I'm really I can't wait for that game. They need to flex that game to a primetime game. I'm sorry, like that should not be an afternoon game. I mean, but yeah, like I'm really interested to see what they do there. But I think overall, man, Philly they might win a playoff game. I don't know how the standings are looking right now, but I mean, not. I hope they can win a playoff game because I think the way it is, they're still second in the conference.
Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely have a home playoff game, especially if they're playing especially if the defense also is playing like they've been playing.
Yeah, the defense is good.
Um, yeah, I mean, I do kind of again. I'm not saying this is it. I've just been seeing a lot of people talking about. Uh, it kind of seems like a lot of places Kellen Moore goes, the offense kind of becomes very stagnant, like midway through the season with the Cowboys and the Chargers and now Eagles. I do wonder if maybe that has something to do with it. Again, I'm not saying it does. I was seeing shit on it on Twitter about it, and it kind of raised a good point of like, I mean, he has been fired twice. This is his third team, and it's like every single year the offense it becomes stagnant halfway through the season. So I mean, again, I'm not saying it. I saw it on Twitter. I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he was fired with the last. I think the Cowboys let him go. No, the Cowboys fired him, right? I can't remember, but
I,
I don't
I
think
I'm
they
pretty
fired.
sure the Cowboys fired him, but I don't
Yeah,
know if the
into
Chargers
the
did.
yeah, no, I think the Chargers. It was just like a 1 year thing, and then he went over to Philly. Um, I think Kellen Moore. He just a guy likes to run the ball, but I think I don't know. I don't think he's a bad OC. I feel like everywhere he goes, the offense pretty much does like it's good. I think it can get. I think with the Chargers, you kind of saw it get stagnant because it's the Chargers and what they were last year. They didn't really have a run game. With the Cowboys, their problems were bigger than Kellen Moore. I feel like they just kind of use him as the fall guy. But I mean, the offense. I don't know what it was going on in Philly. Like, I mean, look, they're 8-2. I'm not gonna nitpick it too much, but it just the expectation of that offense, like you know what I'm saying. I feel like it was supposed to be way better. I mean, but they're not playing too bad though. That's the thing. But I just feel like they're not nuclear, and I think going into the season, we thought this offense was gonna be borderline unstoppable. I mean, they're right now they're fourth in the league in offense. So like they're not playing too bad. They're putting up 26 a game. I mean, they're getting the job done. So I mean, I'm not gonna too much fault Kellen Moore. I just come playoff time, I hope they could pick up the pace a little bit because it does get stagnant during the games. That's it.
Yeah, I also think it just has a lot to do with who they play. You know, like because they're for sure at least gonna have. Again, I think they're gonna win the division, so they're gonna have a home playoff game. And it's
Yeah,
like I really think if they run into, let's say they run into Green Bay. I mean, I think Green Bay could give them hell. You know, I mean, shit, we saw in
a lot of
week
teams
one.
could.
Yeah, we saw week one in Brazil. Granted, it's gonna be completely different teams, but like,
Yeah,
I mean, they almost beat them. They almost messed around and beat them. But it's also like, if they run, I mean, shit, if they win, let's say Arizona wins the division. It's like, and then let's say the 49ers are the 6th seed, 7th seed. I mean, the 49ers could give them hell too. You know, I don't know. It's definitely like
yeah,
like you said. No, it's not. Shit. Now that I think about it, man, hopefully they do win a playoff game. Now that I'm thinking about it.
yeah. Because I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Like if they gotta play Green Bay or San Francisco, or hell, say the Rams going to run, they played in first round. I mean, the defense is playing really well, so I think that for sure can help them because last year the defense is really bad. That's why Tampa kind of drove on them. But I'm really interested to see how they play against a top defense come playoff time because if you got to play a Green Bay or if you got to play a San Francisco, I mean, I'm really interested to see how that offense is gonna do because I mean I just it just I don't know, man. It's just something about Philly. I don't know. It's just something like I can't really pinpoint it exactly. It's just something about Philly that just screaming like that they might get upset. I hope not, because I really want to see Saquon. I want to see Jalen Hurts. I want to see them boys go on a run. I really do. It's just something I don't know. Like it reminds me, not like last year a little bit. Last year was worse because they started off 10-0, and then just completely went downhill. But I don't know, man. I think Saquon is definitely gonna be that difference maker though, because this dude can turn a 2 yard gain into a touchdown. So like, I mean, when you got a guy like that, I feel like it changes everything.
Yeah, I also kind of like you said earlier with the Rams and the Ravens. Shit, I mean, you can even include obviously they're my team, the Steelers, and even the Commanders in there. I mean, I thought the Commanders the first half kind of, especially that first quarter. I mean, they were kind of doing their thing, especially the defense. I mean, I thought the Commanders defense looked solid. It's like this, besides the Panthers, no offense to them, this like next like month in a game are going to be a good test for him. I mean, I think the Ravens defense is
Yeah,
running defense is solid. I don't know about the pass defense, but and I think the Steelers defense is solid as well. And the Rams defense, like you said,
yeah,
they don't give up anything easy. So um,
yeah,
this should be a good test for them.
yeah. I do. I'm looking at it now. Outside of Week 1 against Green Bay, and I think I brought this up to you. They haven't like the Falcons. They lost 22-21. The Saints held them to 15. The Buccaneers held them to 16. Then they played the Browns. Where the Browns defense is they're okay. They're middle of the pack right now. I think they're better than what they are, but just the team is just so bad. They held them to 20. They blew out the Giants. I mean, damn, I remember that game. It was, I think, yeah, that was a game. It wasn't even close. They scored 37 on the Bengals, one of the worst defenses. 28 on the Jaguars, one of the worst defenses. 34 on the Cowboys, and that came kind of second half. They have one of the worst defenses. And then you got the Commanders where they kind of struggled a tad bit early. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Like we'll see. The game I'm really looking at them to see, like, I think the game to really see what the Eagles are is gonna be that Steelers game when they play when the Steelers go to Philly. I think that game is gonna show what this team is because you're playing a team that's kind of balanced on both sides of the ball. Really elite defense. The offense can put up some points. Like I just think that's gonna be the true test. I mean Baltimore as well, but Baltimore's defense isn't that good too. So that game might be a shootout.
I mean, I believe I think I even texted you this when we were talking about this a couple days ago. I mean, if we being honest, if Saquon don't drop that ball against Atlanta, I mean
Oh yeah,
they
they
got
beat him.
one loss. It's like,
That's
and,
true.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I think the only game they really got dominated and outperformed was that
It was
Bucks
the
game.
Bucks.
Yeah, and it's like every other game. I mean, the Saints, like we were talking about the Saints, they were 2-0. They were the hottest team in the league, and they
They
went in a
almost Saints almost won that game.
yeah. But I mean, shit. They went in New Orleans. They beat them. They did to take care of business. It's like I mean, they could easily be 9-1, and we could be over here talking about 9-1, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
9-1. And it's like we could be over here talking about damn like 9-1. They got the Rams, then they got the Ravens. Man, the Ravens pass defense is easy. Man. Then they got Carolina. It's like we could be sitting here talking about
I mean,
talking about it in a different way.
I don't think it changes too much. I mean, but I get what you're saying.
I mean,
I
especially
think so.
with the Lions. I mean, the Lions are going to be the number one seed. I mean, every
Yeah, yeah,
game
yeah.
matters.
Unless the Lions just find a way to choke it.
Hmm.
But I think it's the Lions to lose. That's just me though. I think I'm looking at their schedule: Jaguars, Colts, Bears. I mean, they do have four. I guess you could say tough. Yeah, they got four tough games: Packers, Bills, Niners, Vikings. But I think those are all games that they can literally win. So they really could really finish this year with like one loss, maybe two. I think they'll drop another game, maybe to Green Bay. But yeah. But yeah, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our predictions for the rest of the games. I'm not gonna lie, this week, I don't know how to feel about this week so far. Just going over these games, I feel like this week might be, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of good games. I don't know. I'm kind of interested, like just interested. I mean, no, it's a few, it's a few. Like I'm saying, like I'm talking about like the noonish games, like the games at 12. It's not too many good games at 12. But of course, you got. I mean, the games I'm looking forward to: Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Bills, and really in the Bengals, Chargers. Everything else is just like it is what it is. Um, Yeah, well, let's get into the first one. Green Bay's traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Green Bay is 6-3. Bears are 4-5. Green Bay's favorite to win this game by 5.5, and I'm gonna take it. I got the Packers dominating this game. I think everybody's expecting Thomas Brown to come in here for the Bears and maybe do a little something. I don't think this is the game. I think Green Bay's defense, they've been playing okay. As long as they got Jair, I think they're gonna make it hell for Caleb. I think the recipe on how to beat Chicago has come out. And I mean, you really look at their Green Bay's defense, their defense has been playing well. Um, I mean, yeah, like I think they figured out the recipe on how to beat the Bears. Just basically either run man coverage or blitz the crap out of Caleb, and you're gonna beat the Bears.
Yeah, I said last episode I'm not picking the Bears like damn near ever again in this season after they lost to the Patriots. I can't, and I think the Packers are a better team, so I'm going with Green Bay.
Yeah. I don't. Me and you both said it. I think the Bears can literally lose every single game for the rest of the season. I don't know, man. I think the rest of the season might be a little crazy. But I mean, bro, like their schedule is brutal. Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, 49ers, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Packers. I don't know, man. Hopefully
Maybe
Caleb,
Seattle.
maybe Seattle. In that game, maybe. Like that's a prime time game, maybe. I mean, but the Bears, man, I feel bad. I feel bad for Caleb. I do. Like, I feel bad, man. Going on to the next game, we can talk about this one real quick. Jaguars traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. Jaguars are the worst team in the league. 2-8. They're 0-5 on the road. Lions are 8-1. Lions are favored by 14, bro. 14 points. I probably wouldn't take that spread, but I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions as well. Exactly like you said. I mean, I really don't think it's going to be close, but more so. And like real quick, back to the Bears. Uh, Caleb, he's almost at what I think 1,800 passing yards. I believe it is. Yeah, let's just say 1,800. The single season for Bears history is 3,838 in 1995. Eric Kramer, whoever the hell that guy is, he that's the Bears single season record. And I remember people were talking about before the season started of if Caleb if he could throw for 4,000, it would be a great season for him. And we're halfway through the season. He's at 1,800. I'm not saying he can set the record, but I mean, I don't know. It's some
What's the
tough
record?
defenses. He needs 2,000 more yards in 8 games. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not saying. I just remember at the beginning of the season, people were saying that if you can get 4K, it would
You and
be
I both know
like.
he's not. He's not
I,
getting
know,
that
I mean,
record.
I'm not saying he is, but looking at some of these stats, man, he sold against the Titans. He had 93 yards against the Titans. It's like, but shit, and then he almost went out there threw for 400 against the Colts. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
that was just a little interesting thing I remembered earlier today of people saying if he could throw for 4K, it would be a great season for him. But
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna throw for that. I don't know, man. I just, I don't know about that. Going on to the next game, I think this game could be a trap game. But Minnesota's going traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans are 2-7. Vikings are 7-2. Vikings are 3-1 on the road. They're favored by 6 to win this game. I went with the Vikings. I think the Vikings gonna win this game. But I'm smelling the trap game here. I'm not saying I don't want to put any hot takes out there. I'm smelling the trap game. Sam Darnold's been playing pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's very like they've been playing better. I know there was a point that they were giving up a lot of yards, just not giving up touchdowns. Um, so I mean, but right now they're back up to middle of the pack. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait 1 second. I was looking at offense. Yeah. No, I was right. No, they're still middle of the pack and like total defense. Against the pass, they're still at the bottom of the league. 32, 31, 30. They're 25th against the pass. In the run, they're second. So defense is kind of balanced out a little bit. They're still third in points allowed. So they're giving up the yards, man. They're just not. They're not breaking. Um, and I think that's gonna cause some problems again for Tennessee, especially you can't run the ball. So yeah, I'm still going Minnesota to win this game. I'm just look if Minnesota if Donald keeps going on this turnover streak, Minnesota could get him. I think they could, but I don't think I think you can only go up, especially from last week. Because look, we thought the same. Because I'm not gonna lie, Tennessee's defense they aren't bad. Like they rank second in the league. They're first against the pass and against the run. Where are they against the run? They're middle of the pack against the run. So their defense is not like chop. Like the defense is low key been the most underrated all year. So I mean, if Darnold threw 3 picks against Jacksonville, like I hope against Tennessee to kind of see something different. But I mean, we'll see. That's the only reason why I say it could be a trap game. Tennessee's defense is good. Darnold has not been playing well, but hopefully you go to Jefferson, you go to Hawkinson, you use Aaron Jones, take what the defense give you. Because I mean, like he threw those picks in the red zone. Like if they just execute those plays, and I know Aaron Jones, I think left that game. He was banged up, so that may have had a part to do with it. But I mean, you got to get in that red zone, man. And you got to punch it in and just not turn the ball over like that again. And if they able to do that, then the Vikings should win this one pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, even last week, I thought Hawkinson had a decent game. Eight catches, 72 yards. Um, yeah, dude. I mean, I guess that's true. You can really say that about any team. They just got to finish in the red zone. You know, you got to finish with 7 instead of 3 or 0 in his case. Um, but yeah, I think they win. But especially it being in Tennessee, I could see it being a trap game, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah. Going on to the next game, the Raiders traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. The Dolphins have a Dolphins are 3-6, Raiders are 2-7. Dolphins are favored in this game by 7. I want the Dolphins, man. I just hopefully they can get back on track. Did they play last week? Yeah, they played the Rams. They
Rams,
won. I
yeah.
remember. Yeah, I remember. You did pick the Rams. I told you Miami was gonna win that game. Hopefully they can kind of keep it up a little bit. I don't think they're making the playoffs. I see everybody still thinking that they're gonna make the playoffs. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think this is an easy win for them against the Raiders. I remember last year when these two teams played, it was relatively close. And the game was in Miami again, but I'm gonna go to Dolphins, man. I think they take care of business. I think whoever the Raiders going with Minshew or Ritter. I think it's Minshew. So yeah, if they're going Minshew, man, or Ritter, regardless of who it is, the Dolphins' defense is still pretty good. So I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, last year they had Devontae. He had a 7 receptions, 82 yards, a little touchdown. Um, I just can't see Jacoby Myers going out there and doing that. And I really think this is the game that Tyreek got to kind of do something a little bit. I understand he's hurt, but also, I mean, if you're out there and you're playing, I mean, in my opinion, like, not really an excuse. Like, if you're playing, then, like, you're playing, you know? And I think he has that same type of attitude as well, just from the vibe, like the vibe that you kind of get from him. I mean, shit, he was the number 1 player in the NFL last year. You know, I mean, like, you got to be like that. You know, like you have to perform like that, and it's like your team really needs you this season. And I'm not saying that he's not balling out. I mean, Tua was out for a majority of the season, but
And I get what you're saying.
yeah, this is a start, and he's got to go out there and him and Waddle, like that first drive against the Rams, he was cooking, and then after that he dropped that one pass, and they just nothing, crickets, you know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm really hoping Tyreek does something. I got him in fantasy, man. I need some wins because I mean he's just Lord Jesus. I was benching him at one point. But yeah, going on to the next game, Rams are traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. Are 4-5. Patriots are 3-7. Surprisingly, Rams are favored in this game by 4.5 on the road. I am going. The Rams are 1-3 on the road this year. Patriots are what are the Patriots at home? They are 1-3 at home. I went with the Rams in this one. I think Jared Verse, Byron Young, that defensive line, Kobe Turner for the Rams. I think they're going to really make life hell for Drake May this game. Um, we saw them muster out a win against the Bears, but that was a large part of the Bears' offense stinking it up. Rams' offense ain't gonna stink it up like that. I think Stafford and them could have somewhat of a big game offensively. I think they're gonna rely heavily on Kyron Williams in this game, and I'm taking the Rams. I think this is just a I think it's a Sean McVay type game. They know it's going to be an ugly win. You're playing New England in Foxborough. It's going to be an ugly game, but I think Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford makes a couple of throws. Defense gets some sacks. Rams win this one.
Yeah, I'm picking the Rams for basically everything you said, and the same thing that we say. At least I say every week, picking them. They got Stafford, Cup, Puka, Kyron. I mean, this is a game they got to win, and they got to go beat Philly next week as well. I mean, if they do that, they'd be 6-5, and they'd be in a great position to, not great, but they'd be in a solid position to go and make a playoff run after that. But this is a game also that you need. Like, you can't overlook this game. Looking forward to Philly next week. Like you got to go into New England and dominate that game. And I think that offense can. I think it's really going to come down to the Rams offense versus the Patriots defense. As dumb as it sounds, I think the Patriots defense is the best unit on the team, and I think the
Yeah,
Rams
by
offense is the
far.
best unit. So I think it's going to come down to that.
Yeah, I just think Jared Verse and those guys are gonna find a way to get pressure on them. Kobe Turner, Byron Young. But yeah, going on to the next game, the Browns are traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Browns are 2-7. Saints are 3-7 in this one. Um, Cleveland's favored in this game on the road by 1.5. I actually got to see who I took in this game really quick. I took the Browns. Yeah. Um, Why did I take that? I mean, I don't know. I think this game can really go either way. Like, I'm trying to think about why I took Cleveland. I can't even remember, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This game is just very ugly. I think I don't know, man. There, because is what's his name still out? Olave? Do you know? He's still out. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I don't see MVS going off for that second time again like that. I think Denzel Ward and them boys are coming for hell. So I just don't think they're gonna have enough weapons to just dominate on that Cleveland on that Browns defense. Like, I don't know. I'm taking Jameis. I think they'll win this game like 19-13 or some stuff like that. Like, or 23-9. It's gonna be something around there.
I took the Saints. I think, especially it being in New Orleans, I think Jameis. Like, if any defense knows Jameis the best, it's the Saints defense. You know, and I mean that's mainly why I went with them. I just think that the Saints know exactly what Jameis is, and there's not really, besides Chubb, there's not really. I guess Andrew Njoku, he's pretty good, but there's not really any like elite player. I think Chubb is still coming back from that injury, and you can see it. You know, you could see the way that he's running, that he's still trying to build up the confidence, and also just like, I mean, this is what his fourth game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went with the Saints again. This game is whatever. We talking about a 2-7, 3-17. You know,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Yeah. This game doesn't matter for anything. Honestly, it doesn't. Going on to the next game, the Colts are traveling to New York. East Rutherford take on the Jets. Jets are 3-7. Colts are 4-6. Anthony Richardson has been inserted back in the starting lineup. I want to get your thoughts on that. But I picked the Jets in this one. I don't know, man. I don't know. This game is weird. The Jets secondary has not been, the Jets defense has not been playing well ever since the Salah fire. And that was one thing that me and you for sure pointed out after they fired Salah. Like, what does this mean for the defense? Because that wasn't the problem. They created a problem with that. Um, I just, the Jets are favored by 4 in this game as well. I took the Jets. I think this game can go either way though, but I just think the Jets are gonna find a way to win it. I just think Anthony Richardson. I just don't think he's that good right now. So I'm taking the Jets.
So you know what MetLife Stadium is, but anytime you like talking about the Commanders Stadium, I don't know, somewhere in DC, somewhere over there in Maryland.
Man,
Anyway,
you already know I got to get you, dog.
I know
Every
it,
time. I'm doing it every time.
but yeah, I mean, I want the Jets as well. I mean, this is another game with the Jets. It's like, dude, I think the season is most likely over, but if they lose this game, it's over. It's cooked, you know. And it being in New York, the way that Arizona beat them last week, I don't know. I'm rolling with the Jets, but with Anthony Richardson, I think we said the last episode where with the two games that Flacco has started, and I guess in the last two games, because he didn't play in that Colts game, did he? In that Texans game, did he?
Flacco?
Yeah.
No, it was
Okay,
AR. I was
okay,
there.
okay. He and so yeah, in those last two games, it's like, I mean, especially in that Vikings game, Flacco did absolutely nothing, and even in that Bills game, he didn't really look that impressive either. I think it's one of those things, you draft him so high that it's like you gotta get him some sort of reps, like you gotta develop him, and I understand, like, I don't know, like you picked him with a top 5 pick, and you just expected him to be able to go right away. I don't know. I mean, I think the Colts most likely probably, I don't want to say they're cooked, but I think they might be just in general. I mean, the schedule is a little bit favorable. I mean, they got the Colts, they got the sorry ass Broncos, they got the
Chill out.
Titans, Giants, Jags. I mean, those last 3 games could be pretty easy. The Titans, Colts, Titans, Giants, Jags, and then they got the Patriots and shit. I mean, if they go like 4-6 here, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 4-6. I meant 4-2. If they go, no, 5-2. My fault. They'd be what, 9 and
9 and
something.
8.
I mean, they could maybe sneak into the playoffs being 9 and
Who
8.
you got them losing to?
Lions and Broncos.
Yeah, I'm about to say you better not have them beating us. Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with the Flacco starting. I think they waited too late though. I think that he should have been starting after he played really well. Because then you bench him. He missed the game. He missed the game, and I think he missed 2 games, something like that. And he throw him in the fire against those crazy defenses, and it's just like fuck. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I mean, I don't really think throwing Anthony Richardson back in there is gonna be good, necessarily that good for them either, though. Like I'm not saying like they can win this game. Jets defense has not been playing well, but I mean it's not that hard to figure out Anthony Richardson either. So I mean that plays a part into it as well. But I'm going with the Jets, man. They're at home. Um, I've seen what this offense, the passing attack looks like when Anthony Richardson is in there. So I feel like if they would have kept Flacco in this game, he might have had a bounce back. I've seen what their passing attack looks like with him. Uh, but yeah, the Jet, both of their, okay, I think the Colts have a better chance, but I think we can all agree the Jet season is over. They're not winning out. They're not winning out. But I'm gonna take them in this game, man. I'm taking
I think whoever loses this game,
their
season is
season is
over.
over.
Yeah.
100%. Like, whoever loses their season is 100% over. Like the Jets is at 90%. Colts is still they still got a chance, but oh man, I don't know, man. I hate games like this. I really do, especially at this time in the season. But yeah, man, I'm going with the Jets.
It
Nothing
makes
else.
you feel stupid whenever you pick a game, and then it's like,
It can
like
go
you
either
could see,
way.
yeah, you could see either team win it, and it's like, I gotta pick the Jets, and then Colts come out there and whoop their ass, and then it's like, bro, like,
Who did you pick?
I picked the Jets.
I feel like every time me and you both pick the Jets lose.
Mm-hmm. Should we pick them against the Cardinals? I know I picked them against the Cardinals whenever they played.
I did too.
It's
Man,
like,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The Colts might win this game, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the funny thing. It's the same thing like if me and you both pick against the Cardinals go out there and win the game. Like, mm-mm. But yeah, going on to might be the game of the day, honestly. We being completely honest. Ravens are traveling to Pittsburgh. Take on the Steelers. Steelers are 7-2. Ravens are 7-3. This game is the AFC North. Whoever wins this game is gonna be first. Is gonna be first in that division, and undoubtedly the 2 seed. I think it is, or no. It's a 3 seed, but depending on how that Buffalo game goes, it can be the 2 seed. Either way, they're fighting for the division. This is a classic, man. Baltimore's favored about 3 points in this one. I went the interesting route. I went Pittsburgh. Now look, I know with me picking Russ over Lamar, you look at it that way. I just really think, man, this Ravens defense has not been playing well. This is a thing that we talked about. Lamar's been able to kind of bail him out. He's been with them in shootouts. The more I go into it, the more I'm like, I should have picked Baltimore. But here's the but. I really think TJ Watt, I really think this is going to be the game where I don't know how much Deontay is going to play, but this has to be the game where he steps up because they're going to need him because they're going to shadow Joey Porter with Zay Flowers, and it's going to make life hell for Lamar because I just don't see them winning in a man coverage situation against them unless it's like a Mark Andrews. But they're really going to – I mean, the Steelers, they don't really have necessarily a weakness. Like, right now their offense is relying heavily on those goal balls in those 50-50. They're very big play dependent. But I mean, hey man, look, they're putting up points. They're playing not a defense who's one of the worst in the league against the pass. They are really good against the run. That's the most interesting part of it for Pittsburgh for me. Russ is gonna have to win this game. And I know I sound crazy. Like, I just the way Pickens, the way Freiermuth is playing, I think it can't be that hard to just go to those guys and find a way to win this game. I could see this game being very low scoring. Lamar struggles against Pittsburgh. He has his career. Pittsburgh's defense playing really well. TJ Watt's playing out of his mind. I think Steelers defense makes some turnovers. That I like them at home. One with the Steelers. Now take it away, Ryan, because I really, now thinking about it, I really don't think Russ can go win this game. But I'm going to stick with my pick. I already made the pick, man.
I went the Steelers as well. I got to go with my own team. I can't. Even though I kind of think Derrick Henry is just going to go off. I really do. I mean, Tyrone Tracy went off against us, and the Ravens are significantly better than the Giants. But in the last 6 games, for the Steelers and Ravens, the most points that have ever been scored is 20. And that was by the Steelers in 2021. I mean, I think this is exactly like you said. This is going to be a close game. Maybe like 16-13. I think Pittsburgh is going to win. And yeah,
Pittsburgh wins those games, bro. They do. Like, they win those games.
We always keep it close, and then it's like last second we just pull some crazy stuff out. Like that game on the January 1st, 2023. I went to that game, and it was in Baltimore, and it looked like we were down bad. Like the whole Isaiah what's his name? Isaiah Likely, he scored a touchdown right before half. And it was like, all right, like we might be cooked. I think they ended up scoring like a field goal or a touchdown after that. But then we just kept going down the field, a little touchdown, a little field goal, and then Najee got that little touchdown at the end to win the game. And then we got the game-winning pick. Granted, it was against Tyler Huntley, but still.
Snoop.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to go with my own team though. I can't pick the Ravens just to be like, oh, I'll be happy either way, you know. And also, I do think the Steelers defense is going to get up. I think Patrick Queen is just going to go the fuck off. I think he's got this game circled just like everyone on the Steelers got this game circled. But especially I think Patrick Queen got this game circled. Like he wants to prove him wrong. You know, he wants to prove him wrong that he's a legit linebacker. Yeah, and then I think, I don't know. I really do think that Pickens is going to have a good game as well.
Yeah, man. Styles make fights. These two teams, like, they're perfect. Like, you know, everybody knows the rivalry history. Shout out to Ryan for that video he made for this rivalry. But yeah, man. I mean, I just, the Steelers are at home. I just think it's gonna be a really tough one for the Ravens. I think it's gonna be really tough. I don't think Russ is gonna have to do too much. I think TJ Watt, Alex is Alex playing Highsmith?
No, but Nick Herbig is though.
Yeah, Nick Herbig.
Yeah, he back.
Bro, I just like
I mean, and Preston Smith, we just traded for him too.
Yeah, so like I mean, you're gonna have some guys, man. I'm really interested. Like I really think the Ravens will probably start off hot, get a little stagnant, and you just see Pittsburgh because this game is gonna be hella dependent on Russ, bro. This is gonna remember I told you this game is gonna be the test for Russell Wilson right here. This is gonna be the first like test because the Ravens defense they aren't good, but they're gonna take away your run game. So I don't know. You got to be very. They've been you know y'all been very big play dependent. Russ throwing them moon balls up there to GP and Freiermuth, and they coming down with it. But I'm really interested to see, man. But with all that being said, I'm going Pittsburgh. I trust Mike Tomlin. I really like the way the defense is playing now. You know me, I love defensive football. I got to go with them, man. Shout out to y'all. But yeah,
I could also see Lamar just coming out pissed off,
and
everyone
cooking,
and he's just like pissed the fuck off. Everyone's talking shit about how the Steelers got his number and all that, and he just comes out there and just takes care of business and destroys us. Like Derrick Henry runs his ass off. I don't know. I'm scared. I
will say you seen what they did to us. They ran our fucking asses off the field. So we'll see. But look, like I said, styles make fights. It's a divisional game. We'll see. But going on to the next game, my team. Falcons traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos. Now, actually, Ron, I haven't seen your prediction video, so I don't know who you picked in this one. Um, Falcons are 6-4, 3-1 on the road. Broncos are 5-5, 2-2 on the at home, at the crib. Broncos have lost 2 straight, but they are favored in this game by 2. Y'all already know who I went with. I went with Denver. Mainly, not just because they're my team, mainly because the Falcons are ranked dead last in the league in sacks. Their defense has been giving up a ton of yards, a ton of points in their last few outings. Their pass protection has not been good as well. The Broncos are second in the league. I think they're 1 sack behind the Giants, and they're first in the league in pressures by like 20. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes. I do, yeah. Pass gonna be on Drake. I don't know. I just like this matchup. I think Bo Nix, you're seeing him get better game by game, playing the Falcons defense that has not been that great the past few weeks. Been giving up. I mean, you saw what Derek Carr did to them with MVS last week. I mean, so we'll see. But I'm going with Denver.
Yeah, I went with Denver as well. I think I just think this is a game that they're going to pull out, especially being at home. I think it will be a close game, and I just think it'd be a close game, and I really do think Bo is going to have a great game. I also think he's going to have a great game on the ground as well. I think I can see him running his ass off. But yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah, the one thing I will say that points out to me about Atlanta's defense, specifically against the pass, they're what 32, 31. Yeah, Baltimore's 32nd against the pass. They're so bad against the pass. And they're I will say I know we just got to talk about them, but bro, you want to know the difference between 32 and 31 when it comes to Baltimore, like against the pass? It's 30 yards. Like 39, 28, 76. Yeah, so Atlanta's 23rd against the pass right now. And we saw what Bo Nix did to Kansas City. I mean, he kind of had a really good game against them as well. I don't know, man. I do know. Like, I think Denver's going to win this game. I think the defense is going to be able to contain Kirk. I think Pat's going to do what he does. The only person that scares me is Kyle Pitts. But I do like PJ Locke. He's still kind of injured a little bit. He's a little bit injured. Brandon Jones is a little bit injured. So he's injured coming in. He's going to be injured coming into this game. This is Justin Simmons reunion. You know, he's going to be trying to pick off Bo. But I mean, all in all, I got Denver winning this game. I think the final score of this game is going to be like maybe 19-13, 22-13, something like that. But I think Denver wins it, and I think we go back to being over 500 at 6-5.
what about Bijan? Bijan scare you at all?
He does. I ain't gonna lie. Guys, I would say, like, when it comes to Denver playing teams, like, it's always that one guy. Somebody gonna have that little breakout. Like, remember we played the Titans a few years ago, and Nick Westbrook-Akina had his breakout game. George Kittle's first breakout game came against Denver. I can keep going on with that list of people. Ray McLeod, call me crazy. That just seems like a guy that I could see him going into Denver and getting like over 100 yards on us and damn near being the reason why they win a game. Bijan, Denver's been really good against the run, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, they've been damn good against the run. I can't really. We're right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 7th in the league against the run. So I mean, hey man, they're doing a damn good job. And I mean, they don't really have a rhythm running the ball right now. And one thing Denver's really good at that the Saints weren't good at is tackling. So that's another big issue. But I mean, I think Atlanta's still a good team. I just think Denver. I think Denver is gonna handle business. I think Sean Payton's letting Bo a little bit off the leash more. Hate to say it, but Cortland Sutton hopefully should have a big game. Like I said, Atlanta's pass defense over the past few weeks has been bad, but yeah, I hate to give Cortland Sutton anything, but I mean, it is what it is. He's been playing well the last 3 weeks, regardless if it's against bad teams. But yeah, let's go to the next one. Man, I don't know about you. I'm so sick of these afternoon games between these NFC West divisional games. I'm so tired of it, bro. They always have these games at 3 or 5. Here we got, Foxes, this is game of the week. America's game of the week. Like, I'm so sick of these NFC West matchups, bro. Seahawks are traveling in the Santa Clara, take on the 49ers. Niners are 5-4. Seahawks are 4-5. San Francisco's favored by 6.5. I'm taking San Francisco. CMC's back. They're getting back. They're getting everybody back pretty much. Um, and they're at home. Pretty much it. I just Seahawks offensive line has still been really bad. Is DK coming back or no? He's still out. He's coming back. Yeah, I mean we can
Yeah,
maybe
I
see
believe
something
so.
there. Yeah, but I mean we can maybe see something there. But I mean they're on the road. Seahawks usually beat them all the time when they're at home. But I'm going San Francisco, and I think they win it pretty convincingly. I think it'll be a little close early, but they'll pull it out third, fourth quarter.
Yeah, I got the 49ers as well. Yeah, yeah. DK full practice all week, so yeah, he should be straight. Noah Fant is out. I think that's also big. He's their receiving tight end. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be a Bronco. Miss
yeah,
him.
shit. I mean, yeah. You guys trade him for us, right?
That's the only player in that trade that I say we shouldn't have gave that up.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna go with San Francisco as well. I'm excited to see how CMC develops. Like not develops, but you know what I'm saying. Like comes back from that injury game after game and see him get better and better and better. Uh, I think that's huge. I'm also expecting Juwan Jennings to have a big game as well. No Ayuk, and obviously no Ayuk, but I'm expecting him and Kittle to have a big game in the passing game. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers. And me personally, my girl's a 49ers fan. My best friend a 49ers fan. My mom a 49ers fan. So these NFC West matchups, like me personally, I'm all here for them. But
I'm so tired of I'm not mad at them. They're just always like, bro, it's every I'm just so sick of it. Like, bro, like flex it to Monday night or something, bro. I'm tired of seeing these games at 3 o'clock. It's every week, bro. Like it feels like almost every week we're seeing a matchup from NFC West, bro, at the 3 o'clock slate. Like, oh my God. But yeah, let's go on, man. Go on to another big game of the day. Probably people gonna say, yeah, I mean the game of the day. I think it's gonna be the Steelers and the Ravens because that's just type of football I like. But Chiefs are traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Bills are 8-2. Chiefs are still undefeated on the year. Both teams are Chiefs are undefeated on the road. Bills are undefeated at home. Bills are favored by 2 in this game, and I'm sticking with that. I pick Buffalo. Kansas City's due for a loss last week. We're being so honest. They should have lost last week. I ain't gonna say they got lucky. It is what it is. But they should have lost last week. And I think Buffalo's just can I will say this. Buffalo, every time they played a team, they've lost. So this is gonna tell who they really are. But they always play Kansas City well. They like styles make fights. They always play Kansas City really well. Um, it's just tough because I mean when they played the Ravens, they got blasted and then they lost to the Texans. So and then every other team they beat really hasn't been anybody. I mean, if you really think about it, if you really go look at their schedule, that they played the Cardinals and they won that game by 6. Um, I mean, the Dolphins, Tua, that was a game Tua got hurt. You got the Jags. Then they dropped 2 when they played the Ravens and the Texans. They beat the Jets, Titans, Seahawks, Dolphins, Colts. And then these next what 4 games for them are pretty tough. They got the Chiefs, 49ers, Rams, Lions. I mean, look, I'm gonna still go Buffalo. I think Kansas City is just due for a loss. I think Josh Allen can have a really big game. Their defense, Kansas City's pass defense, has not been playing that well the past few weeks because Jalen Watson is out. So hopefully we see a lot of Khalil Shakir in the slot. We're gonna see Amari Cooper hopefully have a big game or at least free up Keon Coleman a little bit. But yeah, man, I'm going Buffalo.
isn't Keon out?
I think he's been kind of hurt, but I think he's playing.
Is he? Let me look.
I can check on that.
'Cause I could have sworn he was out.
Oh, he's out, yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Wrist. Oh shit.
and Kincaid is out.
And Dalton is out.
Yeah. I mean, I went with the Chiefs. I gotta see that. I know they should have realistically lost last week. I can't bet against them. Like,
Nah.
and also Mahomes. I saw a stat. I think they were talking about on the McAfee show.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that Mahomes is 12-1-1 against the spread, and he's 11-3 straight up as an underdog in his career. I mean, I don't know. I can't
When I
bet
made
against
my
Mahomes.
pick, when I made my pick, Kincaid and Keon Coleman were both still questionable because
Okay.
I made my picks Wednesday
Mm-hmm.
because we always posted before the Thursday game.
Yeah.
So I made my picks before that. So I kind of have to ride it out with Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Hopefully, Josh Allen finds a way, man. Chiefs might win this game, but both they're picking Buffalo. The spread,
Hmm.
ESPN, they're picking Buffalo to win this game.
I think this will be a close game. Like I'm not surprised they roll with Buffalo. Like I could see them winning. I just can't pick against the Chiefs until they lose. Like that's really it. I think the Chiefs are coached better than the Bills. I think the team I think that defense is better for the Chiefs compared to the Bills. I think the only thing is Josh Allen is outplaying Mahomes right now. Uh,
Oh yeah, it's not
just this
close.
season. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm interested, especially with Kincaid and Keon both being out. I mean, this game could go. And did you say what's his name? Um, is Coop playing? He's
Yeah, he
questionable.
playing.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
he gonna
okay.
have to play.
Yeah. I mean, shit. If he's out, I really don't think there's a
Yeah, no,
chance.
no, no. If he's out, it's a wrap.
Yeah, but I'm going with the Chiefs. I can't bet against them until they lose. And until
Yeah,
next week, I'm going with Carolina next week.
yeah. Going on to the next game, Sunday night. This one I think is gonna be a decent game. Bengals traveling to LA, take on the Chargers. Chargers are 6-3. Bengals are 4-6. This is a big game for both teams. This is a huge game in terms of the AFC seeding moving forward. Um, Chargers are favored by 2.5. I went with the Chargers. I think their defense is playing really well. I think you could see a better game offensively from Herbert and them. Ladd is starting to come along. Quentin Johnson starting to come along. I think you could see a big game from JK. I will say the Bengals defense has been playing a little bit better since getting back completely healthy, especially on the defensive line. But I still think this is a game where the Chargers, bro, like we know the Chargers recipe. We know their recipe. They're gonna get the lead early. They'll probably be up like 13-3 or 13-6, and they're just gonna run the shit out the ball. They're gonna give it to JK, and they just gonna run the ball out. Herbert, I mean, has been Harbaugh's turned into the ultimate game manager. I mean, but he I'm not saying Herbert's a game manager by any means when I say that. Just kind of what his role has been because they don't really have a lot around him right now. Herbert has been incredible. 1,800 yards, 11 touchdowns, only one interception. I mean, he's been doing his job. He's not losing them any games. They're 6-3. The defense is playing really well. Look, Burrow and Jamar have been playing. They're the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the league. But I just think that Chargers defense, man, they're gonna really get after Herbert. Um, I don't know. Mac is questionable. Do you know about is Bosa's healthy, right?
I mean, he fully practiced on Friday, so I'm assuming he going.
Okay, let me. I'm talking. It's Joey, right?
Yeah, Joe.
I think it's. Why can't I find the Chargers?
Because he was limited on Wednesday and Thursday. He was full practice on Friday.
Okay, so for some reason I just cannot find the Chargers injury report. I'm struggling right now. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't see him on here. I see him. Yeah, I don't see him on here, so he should be good to go. Khalil Mack didn't practice Friday though. He did not practice Friday, but that's weird though. Like, I'm trying to see because did was that the only day he didn't practice?
No, he didn't practice all week.
He might go. I don't know because they would have. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see about that because it's Khalil Mack. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think regardless, they're just gonna get after Joe. They're gonna get after Joe. Their defense has been top three, top five all year long. I'm going with the Chargers.
Yeah, I think this would be kind of similar to that Jets Texans game where the Jets kind of backs were against the wall and like they had to win or else the season was completely over. But I mean, I don't know. I really want to go with the Bengals. I just think that I think they're due, and this is a game I could see it Sunday night on the road. Pissed off from what just happened on Thursday night, they just come out there and just start slinging it. But I just really think that with especially with Gus being back, I think J.K. and Gus are just going to be able they're going to be able to control the clock, just running the ball, and the Bengals aren't really going to be able to do anything about it. To be honest with you, so I'm gonna go with the
Yeah,
Chargers.
yeah. Going on to the Monday night game. Ooh, here we go. The Texans are traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Oh, good old Texas matchup. Man, Texans 6-4. The Cowboys are 3-6. Cowboys ain't won a game this year at Jerry's World. Texans 6-4. Texans are favored in this game by 7.5. That's the spread right now. I'm going with the Texans pretty easily. Nico's gonna be back in this game. I do know Lassiter's questionable. Will Anderson's not going, but regardless, this is just kind of a. They're not taking this game too serious. They're gonna win this game. Yeah, I'm just leave it at that. They're gonna win this game.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston as well. It really hit me today that this was going to be the game where Stephon and Trayvon were going against each other. And it obviously Stephon is out for the season, so they obviously not going against each other. But this would have been such a great matchup, seeing Stephon and Trayvon going back and forth. And then obviously you still got Nico. But yeah, I think CD is also hurt. I don't know if he's going on Monday night either.
Let me see.
Because I got an alert saying he just popped up on the injury report today. I think with a back. I think.
I'm finna see. Oh, McCarthy said, I'm not worried about the status of Lamb, who's
Okay.
added to the injury report. I'm not high concern. So I don't know what it is, but he's listed as questionable. Deron Bland's still a no-go. Zach Martin was limited at practice. Jordan Lewis is out. Jesus Christ. DeMarcus Lawrence is still out. I mean, I don't know. CD, I don't know if they listed as a specific injury. So
I
it's a
could
back
have
injury.
sworn I saw somebody.
Yes, it's a back injury, but yeah, I mean, I think he just popped. I don't know why he popped up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm taking the Texans. I just don't see Dallas. They're not gonna win this game unless Cooper Rush pulls off a crazy upset, and the Texans are gonna be hitting the panic button if they find a way to lose this game in Jerry's world. Lord.
Shit. What I was telling you last episode, they went and got that man. What, Will Greer?
Man, Ron tried to sit here and talk about it. They need to go get a quarterback. Them boys went out and got Will Greer.
Shit.
Will Greer. That man
What,
was talking about Ryan Tannehill. Them boys went and picked up the same dude. Man, come on, bro.
what is the meme where they like? I wasn't far off, but it's something like that. I wasn't far off, but I was far off. It was some shit like that.
Bro.
You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
get you. Hey, but before we end off everything, you got anything you want to add? Any questions?
Man, well, I know you did. You see that man, John Jones?
Oh man, I just hope. Look. We've been doing the pod for the fight. I did see he got the knockout, but I'm hoping my bet hit, man. I needed 30 significant strikes, so it hasn't come through whether or not he got it, but I'm hoping he got it, bro. But yeah, man, that man it's ridiculous. Did you see the Tyson fight?
Yeah. Well, I was not paying $10 to watch it on Netflix, so I was sitting there updating on Twitter, looking at it, and from what I've seen, it was bad.
Bro, John Jones got 96. He obliterated that parlay. Obliterated it. But oh my God. Yeah, man, Jake Paul, bro. That I hated that fight. Like what boxing has turned into is just so it pisses me off. It's turned into just it's not even that. I wouldn't even say that like that. That's just not even a sport. Like what I saw yesterday. That bullshit. It was some bullshit.
You see they put curtains up in the stadium though?
They should have, bro.
No, they did. They put curtains up. Did you not see the video?
Shame.
Did you not see the video?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they put like fans were recording it. They put curtains up on the windows in AT&T Stadium, and that's the whole argument that CD and Jerry Jones were talking about. That's why CD dropped that pass last week, because the sun was in his eye, and he was like, "Man, can we get some curtains or something?" They had like black curtains.
Oh, they
in
finally
the
did it.
windows. Yeah, but just for that fight though. It's like, bro, like you did all that for that fight, but then like you're however $millions receiver and your however many $1 million quarterback talking about, okay, can we get some curtains? Like we can't see shit. It's like, bro.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the fight just pissed me off, bro. Because like anybody who really likes boxing knows that what Jake Paul is doing to that sport is a travesty. Just milking it for money, which I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, yeah, man. You don't got any questions? Um,
Now, you got any questions for me?
let me think real quick. Actually, nah, I don't. We covered a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we covered a lot. We covered a lot.
And shit, we'll probably
Oh
also.
wait. Actually, I might say this for an episode that we do
Mm.
about NBA related. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna save that for another episode we do. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Leave a
Hold
like,
on, hold on,
comment.
hold on, hold on, hold
Oh, right.
on. I do got a question. I do got one
Okay,
question.
there you
One
go.
question. I got one question. I got one question. So I was watching Fox today. I was watching the Colorado Utah game, and that man Travis Hunter hit him with the little yeesh, talking about the little Heisman. Do you think him or Ashton Jenney? Who do you guys Heisman?
Like what they're both doing is very like what they're both doing. We've never really seen at the college level. Like they're both having really historic seasons. They're both having historic seasons. They're both doing things we haven't seen before. I mean, you look at Ashton Genty, he's having the greatest season a running back can have. I mean, he's putting up 159. People are saying it's a bad game. Like, and it's just ridiculous. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day, like, bro, like he didn't even go off. Like, bro, he had 180 yards rushing with 2, 3 touchdowns. Like, that's not going off. I don't care who he's playing, man. Like, Travis Hunter doing it on both sides of the ball, getting picks, scoring touchdowns. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, if I had to pick, I look, I'm a running back guy. I've always been shown to respect. I had to give it to Ashton just because not saying like what they're both doing is extreme difficulty. But like with Travis, there's still kind of an element of surprise offensively. Like you watch Boise State, they're giving the ball to Ashton. And like for him, I don't give a damn who they're playing. Give a damn if they're playing. I know their competition hasn't been anything crazy. But like even in their best game, he still went off. Like I think they played Oregon, he still put up numbers. Like, I mean, bro, it's hard for a running back to put those type of numbers up week in, week out. Like he's probably gonna fit because I want to look up how many yards he has. I think he has what, like how many yards he has after this game?
He
Like
almost has
almost.
1,800.
You see, I don't know if they counted this game yet, but I don't know. I don't know if they counted this game yet. I don't know because the sites be really slow when it comes to adding like up all the yards and stuff. So I don't know, but I think he has more than 1,800. So like he's on pace to getting over 2,000 yards. I can actually check. Let me see. I think CBS has it. Oh no. Yeah, no, he's at 1734. I mean 1734 with 23 touchdowns, and he still got how many games left? Two. Wyoming and Oregon State. I mean, bro, he can still get like what? I think he'll get like maybe 21, 2,200 yards and get like maybe 27, around 27 touchdowns. Cause we're not even counting I think how many? Yeah, he only has one receiving touchdown. So I don't know, man. I just think I would give it to Ashton Genty. I think it's harder as a running back to go like, bro, when you play Boise State, they're only gonna do one thing: give the ball to Ashton Johnson. Like, and it's just this dude. Yeah, 30 carries, 209, 30 carries, 159, three touchdowns, like it's crazy, bro. Like I would have to give it to him, man. He's having the greatest running back season in college football history at 5'9". Like, bro, I would give it to him.
I agree with you where you said that. I think either one of these guys. I think if anybody but these two like
Yeah,
players win, then
it's some
it's
bullshit.
yeah. Um, I personally I like Travis a little bit more. I think just what he's doing on both sides of the ball, he's impacting the game as a whole compared to where Ashton is just impacting the game on offense. Um, I also think he is Travis Hunter is what? Let's just say he's the best or second best corner.
He's
Yeah, and
ridiculous.
then he's let's say what? Would you say he's the best receiver also in college football right now?
I wouldn't say the best receiver. I think he's for
Mm-hmm.
sure though. Like he's for sure top what 10, top 15.
I don't know. I think.
I don't know. I can't give him best receiver, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely give him top 3 corner. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about best receiver. It's some dogs in college, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's not better. I wouldn't say he's not up there with T Mac. I don't think he's better than Luther Burden, and it's a lot of other guys too. Like, but I definitely think he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Ashton is just—he's the best running back, and it ain't close. It ain't close. Like, I mean, you could say Judkins, but it's not close. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like they both are doing just remarkable things, bro. They're both really good on both sides of the. I'm sorry. Travis is really good on both sides of the ball, but Ashton's impact. Like, can you imagine if this dude was at like Georgia or Ohio State, Oregon, bro? Like, bro, it would be even crazier. Like, the games would be over in first quarter because this dude is literally gonna take it to the crib off rip. But I mean, what we're seeing out of both of them. If they give it to anybody else outside of these two, it's gonna be the biggest rivalry. But I feel like if they give it to Ashton, they gonna say Travis was robbed. If they give it to Travis, they gonna say Ashton was robbed. We just need to appreciate both of them because they're both having insane seasons, bro. Like I wouldn't be mad if either one of them got it. Like it's just my opinion. Because I think running backs are being faded out. They're not faded out like the importance of them, and I just feel like Ashton Jonty, like I mean, this dude is crazy, bro. Like he might get drafted top 5. Being completely honest with you, like there are probably gonna be teams that's like, we need a running back. Let's go get this dude. Speed, breaking tackles, all that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just again I agree with you. I think he's balling, and I do think if he hits 2K, then it's gonna be a tough argument to vote against him.
Yeah,
Like
if he
it's
hits
very
2K
very
with
close. Like a lot,
25
a lot of people
subs.
arguing on like TikTok and Instagram and all that, talking about how it's one person and it's not even close. It's Travis. It's not close. It's Ashton, but it's not even close. It's very close, and I don't know. I think I value the impact on both sides of the ball. Like this team, like this college. Granted, you could say the same thing about Ashton too. Like if you take both people off their team, both teams are not good. You know,
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I think I have to value the impact that he's having on both sides of the ball a little bit more than Ashton. But again, it's
Yeah,
so close.
it's close.
But yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure to leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, keep showing us some love, man. Yeah, week 11 is here. Got a lot of good games, but me and Ryan gonna probably do an episode probably Monday, maybe Sunday night. We don't know yet. But just know it's coming. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Until the next one. Peace out.